Good morning once again, and welcome to Perspectives. It's a beautiful morning, and my name is Suraj. Today, I want to talk about the army of unbelievers. And who do I call the army of unbelievers? The army of unbelievers are citizens of our country who are the naysayers, who do not believe that this country can be a primus inter pares, a first among equals. The army of unbelievers are those who believe that when you are referencing terrible examples of human existence in modern age, our country, Nigeria, or our continent of Africa should actually have the worst example. Like Napoleon Bonaparte mentioned, that you leaders are dealers in hope. Our people do not have hope, and our people do not have faith in us as a people. And that is why, for those of us who are quite young, when we hear in the news that our country, Nigeria, has done a lot of great things, like being a part of a big contributor to rescuing South Africa from apartheid, and a lot of troubled regions in Africa where we send our military forces for peaceful missions. Some of us find this hard to believe, and it is very clear to us today that we spent a lot of effort playing the big brother while leaving our people in shambles, or leaving our affairs in shambles. So over time, we've created an army of unbelievers. And of all of the most dangerous things that a country could have, the army of unbelievers is the most terrible thing to have. And we need to work fast in redeeming our army of unbelievers. How do we make our people to start believing in this great country, Nigeria, or start believing in this country in Africa, in this continent of Africa? Our first challenge is understanding our identity. I will make another video to talk about some of the things that I feel are the perennial problems and some of the things I think can be done about it. Yes, you might say that my views are just purely idealistic, but I understand that the world is a marketplace of ideas where different ideas are fighting for space, because everything we do today, they are born out of ideas, cultures, norms, politics, democracy, religions. They are all part of ideas, and every idea is trying to find a space. So how do we create an idea that is going to be in the minds of our ever exploding population, and to make sure that we are not raising unbelievers, but we are raising believers? First, we must identify who we are. We must know who we are. And by knowing who we are, we should not wait for foreigners to come and tell us, oh, this is who you are and this is how great you are. We have to be the one to tell ourselves who we are and to remind ourselves who we are. Many of us could argue that Nigeria is a combination of different ethnic groups, but it is very convenient to be Nigerians at some times and not a Nigerian at other times. When we win football matches, it is convenient to be called a Nigerian. When we do something great on the international stage, it is great to be called a Nigerian. When we have trouble with some other countries like South Africa and people are being repatriated back home, they were so happy to be Nigerians. So if we could be Nigerians in some of these scenarios, why can't we be Nigerians at other times too? Yes, we could say the Berlin Conference of 1881 was what defined the borderlines of our country. But we might not be able to make a lot of changes as to redefining those borderlines. But we could do well by building faith in ourselves, reminding ourselves of our greatness, understanding ourselves better, making sure our education are truly educating us about us and about our continent, about our landmass, our geography, and not waiting for foreigners to come and tell us our story. Then we need to teach ourselves leadership. Leadership is going to solve a lot of our problems. And I'm not just only talking about political leadership, but raising leadership, raising giants everywhere we find them, having people who are going to lead by giving hope to others So having leaders who give hope to others, who lead by example, and who will let us all know that we have a nation to save, we have a people to redeem, and we have a destiny to salvage. I'll be talking to you some other time.